Movie Squad!
Back at it again.
All right, listen.
Week in, week out.
No, leak in.
Leak in, leak out.
That's right. You good girl. I love us when we're a triple. We're a triple threat. That's why. You know what I mean? So I mean, like, for those who watching the Movie Squad and complaining about our format, I could say like John Campion a F you, but still no.
Whoa!
I didn't say the word. Anyway,
we've taken it on board. Thank you very much, everyone.
Yeah, I am Chase.
I'm Sinead Renee.
And I'm the other one.
Yeah, he is
the
other
other one.
Yeah, there's only one Andrew. But either way we look at it this is about the Eternals that you see on the poster above. And this is also going to be a spoiler review because everything's spoiled by now. We're in a spoiled society.
We are the spoiler squad.
We're like that rancid milk on your doorstep.
Just ruin everything. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but as people keep saying, we're a talking shop. And I'm like, you know what? I like what I talk because I watch a lot of talking shows. And you know what, man? Be fascinated.
Glad we're on Spotify. You don't have to watch us.
Hey, you know what? I love listening to us on Spotify. Have you ever listened to us on Spotify?
I haven't yet, you know.
You know, I got to tell you, getting into anybody's car, just turn it on for a second. It just feels like real radio.
And literally, I only started paying for Spotify just to listen to Revere and Emily. Genuinely, so I should really start listening to Movie Squad.
Big condo artists. So either way we look at it is that what we're trying to take on board what you're saying about the show. So we're not going to do a full-on breakdown because it's a long movie anyway. But we're going to do the highlights. We're going to do some behind-the-scenes gossip. We're going to do our favorite characters, and we might even also do our rearrange, our recasting, which people miss and want to bring back. Yes. So I mean, so what we'll do is we'll start with first initial reactions, and I'm going to go to my man Andrew at the end. What's up, Matt Murdock?
Oh my God, what's his new name?
Yeah,
Matt
exactly.
Murdock.
Matt Murdock.
Anyway.
So what's your first initial reactions, Andrew?
I think overall I liked it, but I can see why it's been quite divisive because it is quite long. It does feel quite different to everything that's come out before with the MCU.
I thought that, yeah.
I think a lot of people were sort of expecting it to be a lot more action-packed than it was. And
my God, dude, you had 3 big major action sequences. What else do you need?
There was a lot of them as well.
I'm sorry, Andrew. I wasn't trying to cut you off. I was only just trying to say is that, you know what? I hear this all the time. And I can't stand people out there who want to tell professionals, especially Marvel, how they should make films. You love the films that they make. Why you always got to nitpick at little things? But go ahead, Andrew. Keep going.
I think the reason why people are nitpicking is because they're like movie 27 at this point.
I know. Oh, there's so many. There's more Marvel movies than Barbie movies now, and there's a lot of Barbie movies.
Well, there's a Barbie movie coming. But
have you seen the trailer for that?
I haven't seen the trailer.
We will talk about the trailer later.
Okay, cool. So, I mean, your initial reaction is you like it and you had problems with it.
Yeah.
Okay. My initial reaction is I loved it. Because I'm not trying to, as a filmmaker, I'm not trying to tell other filmmakers how to make films. First of all, this was an original. I said this about Free Guy and somebody wanted to slap me.
I love Free Guy, by the way.
I love Free Guy and everything. And it was an original movie, wasn't it? Because it didn't follow the common trope. So what happened with this Marvel movie, it's a teen movie. Right? And it didn't follow the common trope of, okay, let's bring the band back together. I mean, even though, yes, they did bring the band back together. Yeah. But it took an hour or so to bring everybody together.
I'm literally fresh out the cinema watching this. I watched it an hour ago. I trotted from the cinema to here, ready. I have it in my head, even though I was about to fall asleep. But yeah, like the tone of this is so different to like every other Marvel movie I've watched, which I think... Like, the fandom need it. Like, I know everyone's like, oh, superheroes, we get the bad guys, we have a few laughs, have a few punches, have a few sadnesses. Yeah. But, like, you know, but this one, I was like, okay, I actually have to make the effort to listen and, like, take it in. And I think they did it really well with, like, because there were so many of them. Is there 9 of them? 9 of them? Is it 10 Eternals or something? Yeah. And, like, you know, they were all so different.
10? Good God.
Yeah. And they were all so different, like, but endearing in their own ways. Like, there wasn't one that was like, oh, well, apart from Sprite. You like Sprite. But, like, apart from Sprite, but she doesn't count.
Sprite.
The Brat Sprite, yeah. But, like, I loved all of them. And then,
And with 10 characters, they were 10 unique characters, weren't they?
Yeah, like it's
not just like through diversity, but just unique and like.
Yeah, and it wasn't like, you know, a lot of people have praised, like, obviously, because I've forgotten his name. I'm really sorry. The guy that invents the black dude with Fastos, yes, thank you. A lot of people have praised like his homosexual relationship, not because it was kind of like, oh, we have to put the gays in there now, kind of thing.
Yeah, but also China refuses to show the movie because of it.
Well, yeah, but that's China, and they don't count.
Like Chloe Zhao.
They don't like any. They don't
like Chloe Zhao either, but they didn't like that relationship, and it was only one kiss, I think.
Well, yeah, but they don't like anything. But it was just like so like toned down and real, and I loved it. I loved that. And then, like, obviously the deaf actress as well, like just little touches. Playing Macri
or Mercury.
Macri. It was just, and oh my God, Thena being like Athena, like it makes so much sense.
Hey, drop the A, she said.
Drop the A. Oh, Angelina.
My God, I haven't seen Angelina. I haven't seen Angelina in a while.
She doesn't age.
While.
What's people doing to her face? Like,
well, no, it's not that. It's not that child thing. But like, she's just beautiful, man.
She's unreal, and it's not fair.
I know it's unfair.
Why is the world like this, Chase?
I know. She's amazing.
But she was gorgeous. I just loved the whole thing, really.
I mean, and our Game of Thrones boys.
The Game of Thrones boys.
I love the Irish.
The Irish.
It's like one of the lines that they said to each other in Game of Thrones was, I think it was Richard Madden's character to Kit Harington, and says, "Next time I see you, you'll be all in black."
Oh yeah!
Oh, that's so funny.
yeah. No, exactly.
You knew what you were doing.
But that was what was that? 8 years ago, and now it's come to fruition and everything. Yeah. But no, I mean, well, we'll get to Icarus and all of that, and we'll get to the character breakdowns and stuff. But basically, you know, let's just drop the science first, because like a lot of people. One of the reasons why this was kind of confusing and long to them was because they didn't actually understand the backstory. So let's hit the backstory of the Eternals first. You know, not just that it was a creation of Jack Kirby, but it was also the introduction of the space gods into the Marvel mythology in the 60s and stuff. Yeah. You know,
so did that like include Galactus and people like that?
Well, you know what? Funny thing is that people kind of predict that if Galactus comes through from this, you know, it's going to be a big back. But no, I mean, Galactus came after the Celestials. But like the thing about it is that it was the old idea of you know, there'd be space gods, and they actually had a hand in the creation of Earth. And
Marvel in space, basically.
Well, yeah, but
we even had like a Star Wars-esque like. Credits roll up intro going on.
Yes.
I sat there and I was like, Marvel.
You know what was good about that was because I mean Chloe Zhao actually said, you know what, listen, this is so dense that I'm going to give you some information. I'm going to give you the text, and then I'm going to give you the whole Arisham monologue, you know, that comes in like about an hour into it. But I mean, basically, you know, these characters, you know, what I just wanted to point out was. They weren't all this big unit as we see like in this film. You know, the deviants were actually more humanoid. They weren't like little dogzillas.
Dogzillas.
Did you know they were like dogzillas?
I know they were like fleshy wolves to begin with.
Oh my God! Did that shock you when that first?
That was that was creepy. That disturbed me. And then the little tendrils. Ugh.
Yeah, but no, the first one, the first bite.
Oh, when he killed the oh my God, I was like, there was actually, to be honest, like because I went and saw the afternoon one, there was probably me and about like, I don't know, 15 other people in the whole thing.
Yeah.
And like whoever the people behind me were, they were thrilled because they were making noises at every little thing. Yeah. And like we actually got a couple of like I was just like raw, chill.
Yeah, there was a couple of shock moments
when Icarus got like shoo from like this little pterodactyl creature. Yeah. Everyone was like, I was like, oh, Eternals, the horror film. Like, what?
That didn't even bother me. That
didn't bother me, but everyone else was like, and I was just like.
My goal is to scare Andrew because he feels.
Andrews is unscarable.
Yeah, exactly.
So desensitized to everything.
He's kind of like our Pinocchio, but either way, it's the fact that like so. Let's hit like the first big, you know, that action sequence as far as when Cersei and Sprite are in London.
Also, thank you. Like, I'm so happy that like we're having such like a Britain like representation in Marvel at the minute, because like you had because you had like that Liverpudlian guy in Shang-Chi. You had like, now they're in London chopping about. I was thinking, is this British guy, when he was saying about his family, I was like, is he going to be Captain Britain or something, or turn out to be Captain Britain?
Sure. But what's interesting about that, what you're saying is because most of Marvel films happen in New York City, because as the writers were
they
from
were
New York
all
City.
from New York, weren't they? Spider-Man, the X-Men are all from New York, and it was just like, oh, come on, man, you got a world to play with here.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, lads.
Exactly. So, I mean, like, the thing about it is that, you know, because we did that past sequence, but then when Cersei passes off the knife to the young lad after his dad gets eaten and stuff by a deviant. But the thing about it is I didn't think they paid that off. You know, because they only had a picture of it to introduce that she was an archaeology teacher. Do you know what I mean? And then she goes into the class that Kit Harington takes over her class, who is Dane Whitman. All right, we'll explain the Dane Whitman thing, you know, especially when we get to the last credit sequence. But the whole thing was interesting about that is that the knife doesn't go anywhere. You know, it was like just it was kind of like a transfer, wasn't it? Like a transfer of time, would you say, Andrew?
Yeah, it is a very exposition-heavy movie.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the few things that they did kind of skip over, even though they do kind of say what it's supposed to represent. Cause
that knife?
About like it's something that helped shape history.
Yeah, but I don't know how.
I mean, it was an expositional movie, and they kind of did it better than
Dune. I mean, you know what? I'm not gonna say I hated on anything here, but I will say that there were things that I was kind of disappointed with. You know, I love the flashbacks and everything. You know,
yeah, that was
especially Babylon.
That was very prominent, wasn't it? Like back and forth. I was thinking, is they going to do this the whole movie? But
I like to think I'm somewhat of a fan of history. I didn't think that they actually pulled out any oh, this is when that happened bit, because then you have to go, but there were no Eternals there. you know what I mean? So they'll have to pick out other places in history where these Eternals had appeared, because they had their whole big Justice League battle, didn't they? Yeah. When they had to face off in Babylon with the deviants and stuff. You know, I mean, but that was cool though.
Yeah,
especially when you talk about Angelina Jolie. I mean,
oh my God, Angelina Jolie.
Don't you think like special effects in movies are usually? I really don't bitch and moan about special effects in movies, because I'm like, look, man, it's not real. Right, but people go, I don't know, the way that special effects, that is CGI. But her arrows and swords and all of that kind of stuff, amazing. What do you think, Andrew? Cool.
I think overall the effects are really good. I mean, like all the weapons and the way that the powers are represented are done really well. A few of the flying sequences and a few of the monsters, I think, could have looked a little better than they were.
Yeah, but only Icarus flew. Only Icarus flew, and I thought he flew
unless he was chucking someone through the air, like.
Yeah.
And they were flying.
Look, man, look. Icarus flying and his eye beams, I thought were fantastic. You know what I mean? I mean, especially eye beams. You know, like
you know what vibe he was giving me though. The whole time, you know, the one from The Boys.
Oh, Homelander.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, you're just Homelander, but Marvel.
Yeah.
The thing is,
that's a good pull.
It was a shit. It was just.
Chloe Zhao actually says that a big influence on this movie was Man of Steel.
Well, it must have been like.
Well, yeah, because and then we get the whole like name drop of like, oh man, that's you in the cape.
You're Superman.
Yeah, you're Superman. He's like,
I'm not Superman.
I do not wear capes.
I talked to Edna.
No capes.
Yeah, exactly.
No capes.
No capes. And stuff. But I mean, Anyway, getting kind of like confused here. So either way is because we have all of the past back and forth stuff. I'm trying to like get to like the first gathering, because it wasn't like when Ajax sent them away. Yes, it was, wasn't it? She sent them away because was it the Mad Weary? Because Athena had the Mad Weary.
Well, she had like dementia for superheroes, basically.
Yeah, so Ajax decided that, hey guys, you know what? Maybe it's time for us to, stop.
Yeah, because on reflection of that,
years ago.
Because like on reflection of that would have meant she'd have had to have killed her, wouldn't she? Basically. Because, like, in the context of the thing, because obviously when their memories like reset, it's because like they've actually been doing this for years and they didn't realize because they die and the memories get reset every.
Well, wait a minute now.
So
So okay, let's get to that bit because that's
the
kind
big
of
reveal. Yeah, let's get to it.
Well, no, I think that's kind of confusing for people, and I want to make it clear, right? Because some people are saying these guys are robots, right? And it's not true.
They're androids. No, I'm joking.
Well, no, you're not. They're like synthezoids.
Yeah, synthetic human beings.
Like Data
also,
from Star Trek.
Hang on, to just jump back to the beginning. Was that the first love scene we've had in a Marvel movie, or am I dumb?
No, it is the first love scene. No, you're talking about Icarus and Cersei.
Yeah, that's the first time that's happened, isn't it?
It is the first time that two people laid together.
Yeah,
because
that's
do
what
a
I mean.
little something in Iron Man, but that's the closest that they've actually been.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. I was like,
I think they were just in bed in Iron Man, wasn't they? They were just in bed, but this was a close.
Yeah, but they were doing it in this one. He was there. He was there. They did it.
So some synthezoid, huh?
So all those people who still reckon that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is canon, we told you it's not.
Sorry.
Yeah. But the thing about it is that like so Ajax tells them, listen, maybe it's time for you guys to go off, live lives, and you know what? Come back and tell me all about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And everything, because like Gilgamesh has to take Athena away to
Australia.
Calm down.
To the outback.
Well, we don't know where he go there, but it's like, yeah, I'll take care of her, like and stuff. And everybody splinters off and everything. And then this is where we find them in the present day.
Some of them are chilling in London. Some of them are chilling in where was it? Where in America was it?
What were we talking about?
Anyway,
either way is that first time Icarus sees Cersei after 500 years is in London.
Yeah.
And everything. So we won't say how he get there yet. All right. So basically, this is how they come together. So Cersei, Sprite, and Icarus come together as they're hanging out with Dane Whitman in London, and she transforms the bus into roses.
And it was beautiful.
Whatever. Yeah.
It was absolutely gorgeous.
Because there's a deviant attack. So they're like, whoa, we haven't seen a deviant in 500 years.
I thought we got them all.
Where did they all of a sudden come from? Right. And Icarus is like, hey.
Hi.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. And his response to Dane or something like that was pretty like, yeah. I'm Dane, whatever.
I don't know. He was like, I'm guessing this is pilot.
The guy who flies. Yeah, this is the pilot, huh? Jokes were kind of cool. So anyway, like
You're the wizard.
Yeah.
You're a pilot, Harry.
So this is where we get a little insight for once into Sprite, which was kind of interesting because they're hanging out at the pub, and Sprite first looking like a regular, like older woman trying to like mac out on some date in a bar, right?
Yeah.
And then she even realizes, yeah, that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
I want it, but I don't want it.
Because how old, like, would you say she's supposed to be?
She's supposed to be 12, but nice. 12 times 5,000.
What would the logistics of that be? Because
hey, look,
it's not.
It should be okay, but it shouldn't.
That's what I mean. It's like, what would have stopped her from just morphing into some woman and just...
Well, she did at the bar, right?
Yeah, she did at the bar, but then her own moral compass said no. Yeah. But it's kind of like, why not? It's what you want. You can do it. Just do it, Sprite.
I guess if it was Sinead, it'd be different. Sprite was a boy in the comics.
I was like, you look quite gender neutral, but then it was a girl.
She did look kind of gender fluid.
You look gender neutral.
Yeah, she did. She did.
A lot of the characters have been swapped for different genders or
yeah. Well, Ajax and Mercury were also men in the comics as well.
Yeah.
So that's why we could get the whole diversity of the poster, because you wouldn't want just a bunch of white guys up there.
Boring.
Yeah. Oh well, Anyway, so but it was pretty interesting in that and everything. But it was kind of like a good little, I love films that take out those little moments, especially when you got a bunch of characters. You got to be able to do that. But it plays off later with the whole Peter Pan conversation.
Yeah.
Because did you get it right away that she had the hots for Icarus, or
not immediately?
Was it just like Big Brother Icarus?
Yeah, Big Brother complex thingamajiggy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, the band got to come back together because they go off to just a few of them go off to Ajax's farm.
Yeah, I forgot.
And they discover that it was just a farm on a hill.
No, Dakota. It was in Dakota. South Dakota.
South Dakota, yes, it was
There
South
we
Dakota.
There we go.
They go off because they figure, look, guys, if the deviants are back, we better go back and get our leader and everything. And then when they go there, she's dead.
No, she's
exactly.
so pretty.
Now, for people who watch films all the time, right? Did you suspect where we were going? Don't say where we were going, but did you suspect it, Andrew, at this point?
Oh, yeah.
You're a liar. I swear to God. Why am I always the boy who has to tell people that are liars? I hate it when people come on here and think they're so smart. You replaced James Jump right there.
They didn't seem sad enough, to be honest. Well,
no. They were sad, but I mean, what do you think they didn't seem sad enough that they just lost their leader? No. Because because
obviously with the context of what happened later, I understand
why.
The
reason why, because the transfer of power happened. Because now, Cersei is the leader now.
Yeah.
Now I can understand where you probably think, and Andrew is like, well, wait a minute, why Cersei? Why not Icarus?
I mean, why?
Yeah, I know, but see, that should have been your thing. That should have been I just like to watch the movie. I just like to let it flow at me. You know what I mean? Let it reveal what's going on and stuff. So is this at the point where we get before they put everybody together? Don't we get Icarus's? Not Icarus. Oh man, Arishem. Don't we get Arisham's monologue? So I went to the bathroom. So talk about it, Andrew. I thought it was safe to go to the bathroom at this point. Arishem's monologue, because he describes everything, doesn't he? Yeah, I couldn't believe I went to the bathroom. I came back, he still was talking. But go ahead.
Yeah. He basically explains what the Eternals are, and he starts explaining what their part in basically evolution is on the birth of Celestials.
Yeah.
And that's basically all he was talking about.
And he's like, okay, don't let me down. Toodles, you're not real.
Toodles.
And she's like, what? We're not real? I'm gonna tell everyone.
I don't understand what is reality. It's kind of like, what is humanity? It's all every argument that Data had for like about 10 years on Star Trek, right? Because I hated the fact that whispers that everybody was talking about, are they robots? Are they robots? No, they're not robots. I think Arishem is powerful enough to be like God and to create man from clay or something. You know what I mean?
Well, he basically did with the Eternals.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say they're not robots. That's not what they were. He was just saying that I created you.
Yeah.
And everything like that. And this happens on every planet, right? Or in every galaxy, so to speak. And so after your job is done, then you are reborn again and your memories are lost. And that's why Thena is crazy, because she could remember all those past lives and nobody else does.
Yeah.
Yeah? So did you get that part?
Yeah, I understood.
Thank you. Right. So that's what's happening. So now let's get the band back together. So they go after Thena and Gilgamesh first, don't they?
Hang on. Just to go back on that, you know what I did not understand?
Go ahead.
So, this whole time, they've kind of been like, oh, yeah, we were there when Thanos happened. We didn't do anything about it. It's human conflict. But, would that not have been, a massive issue? Because, I assumed that, the way they were going, it was like, oh, the humans do shit, and their technology and their population is what's feeding this thing, ready for it to come out. If half of them are gone, is that not, a major issue? Or
you're right. So Andrew, explain this part.
It doesn't help that Thanos is half deviant. So
yes, right. So everybody got on the fact that wait a minute, hold on. You're saying we're here to protect the world from deviants, and Thanos is a deviant. So why did you not, fight? And then mainly what she said was, well, we were told not to, because when he got rid of now this is the thing, Andrew. What do you think about this theory? That Thanos knew about the emergence, and he wanted to wipe out half the universe so that way the emergence wouldn't happen.
I think in his little dialogue in Infinity War, I think that goes against it.
Okay, so anyway, so these two movies were not paying attention to each other. So like in that aspect is that there's no reason why they shouldn't have like fought Thanos.
Also, before we continue, are these deviants the same as like Loki deviants?
No, that's variants.
What?
Variants.
Continue.
Yeah. Okay. So don't worry. So anyway, so either way is that it's a good point to put us in a Marvel MCU universe, but supposedly Ajax said to Icarus that, well, what happened was all of a sudden half the population disappeared, and then these people made half the population come back. Now, because it was full population now, that means it's time for the emergence. She did say that to Icarus. So what it was that like Thanos was trying to stop the emergence. So whether you fell asleep on that or didn't really see that, but that's what she was saying, is that like Thanos did stop the emergence, but then these humans brought it back. So now what we're going to do? So when she was trying to speak against their god of Arisham, that's when it had to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that make any sense now?
I thought she was speaking about that in more of a context of like, oh, it makes these people special because like love is what brought them all back together. That's why they're special and they deserve to live.
No, what she was saying was, you people fucked up, and now the emergence is going to come sooner than you think. That's why she says in 7 days.
Because I bet there was a Marvel baby boom when everyone came back as well. Yeah. There must have been. Probably. So either way is that like, so the team gets back together. We get another fantastic fight in the Amazon, with deviants, and we're brought back to Druig. What's his name? Craig. Druig. Druig. The guy who reads minds or controls minds and everything. The guy with the sexy Irish accent.
Is he really? Because he's weird to me. But
I liked it.
Okay,
that was keeping me awake.
Okay. That was keeping her awake.
Okay.
And stuff. But like, what I felt confusing was when like he controlled all of those people, and he's like, I'm gonna stay here, right? And it's like, and he walked out. It's just, I thought he was gonna do more. It looked like he just went off with his own little private army that could do whatever he wanted and stuff, which was like enough for him. Who knows what he was doing there, Sinead?
Yeah, but he was living right. So that was like he got that army from ages ago, didn't he? Or that colony of people. He stopped that little war.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm talking about like in this fight when he controlled the people, he was like, look, this is what I want to do, and I want to. Because he didn't want to not fight. Remember, his mission before was don't get involved in war.
Yeah.
Right? Don't get involved with the people. Right? Don't affect them. But then he just said, no.
No, it didn't do much, did it? I mean, he had one little colony.
Colony.
He had one little colony.
Yes.
In the Amazon. So he wasn't really bothering anyone with that, I guess.
Yeah, man. But then, you know how like people have been shipping, like afterwards people have been shipping him and Macquarie?
Well, they like each other.
Yeah, I know, but IRL. Why did he leave her for so long?
Because
he left her in the ship and he went off with a bunch of guys in the woods.
I mean,
I'm just saying, he just left her in the ship. He just, hey Macquarie, yo, come on out here. Let's
maybe they visited each other. You don't know. Maybe. She's fast. She probably just went and like chilled with him and then ran back to the ship. You don't know what was going on.
She could have done that.
There you go.
Yeah, you got a point. She could have done that.
That's probably what was happening.
That's probably what was happening. Yeah, that's right.
She's probably the most undeveloped character though out of a lot of them, I think.
No, I think she was so fast. They didn't know what to do with her. She was so fast and she was deaf that they didn't really know what to do with her except for having like little great moments. One with her speed and the other with Druig and stuff like that. Because that was a great relationship.
But she must have been so well read as well because she had all those books just shit. She's probably like the smartest of all of them just because she's read all the books.
She's a human library.
Like, remember Short Circuit? Yeah. It's like more input. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh no, I can imagine that. That's cool. So my favorite character is Kingo. Right? So
is that the Bollywood guy?
Yeah. Come on.
I know that they were threatening to do like a full-on Bollywood sequence, and I thought, I don't know how far they're actually going to go with it. But
they should have.
Well, a lot of people complained about the Bollywood sequence that they did do because they complained that maybe either Chloe Zhao didn't know how to do a Bollywood sequence, or that Hamel, was it? Kingo didn't know how to do it. So it's like he didn't really do much Bollywood dancing, did
That's what I mean. I was watching it and I was like, all these people are really talented and you're just like...
Yeah. I'm just doing the hair thing. They do the hair thing a lot. But
it was so funny.
It was great because it was funny. I love the whole like one he was doing like the Icarus story, right? He was
I was like, oh my god, it's so funny.
But then the other was is like when he was explaining about how he could be doing this for so long, and he had all the posters.
So that's my great grandfather.
That's my grandfather.
My dad.
My father.
That's me.
I love that. And what about what's his name? Patel, I think his sidekick.
With the cameras. Oh, I loved it. I would die for him.
Both of them favorite characters.
You're like Alfred to Batman.
They mentioned Batman in the Marvel universe.
Oh, because you're his valet, you must be like Batman.
Wait, so is the DC universe like comics in the Marvel universe?
I think they are. I think you know what? I think they are comics. I think That's they amazing. Are comics. Where even when the kid referenced him as Superman, and then they referenced Kingo as Batman, I think they were referencing comics, not really heroes.
Because I remember the multiverse thing, like because obviously I'm like a huge fan of like the old Spider-Man cartoons.
Yeah.
But I remember like the season finale of the last season. They went to like a dimension where it was just Stan Lee writing the comics. And Spider-Man was just chilling with Stan Lee, and he was like, "Oh, it's on my comic book."
True believers.
Literally, and that was the last. And I was like, "That is so wholesome, and it makes so much sense because we just live in the universe where they're just comic book characters."
The funniest thing about that episode, Stan Lee's wife plays Madam Web.
That's even better. That makes it even better.
I love it when Andrew pulls out the facts.
That's why there's that little moment where he sort of sees and he goes, "Who's that exotic lady?"
Yeah.
Oh, that's so wholesome.
Oh man. So so now the gang's all together, and I mean it might have been even confusing, like with Patel at the table with the gods and everything, and Gilgamesh is cooking, I mean, even though he lost that big pie.
I was like, how did you take that out?
You know what's funny about that scene? When he's standing there, like he's supposed to be reacting, and the pie does a really slow melt to the floor. Yeah. It must have been like, it was supposed to melt faster. Can you imagine the prop master on that one? It's supposed to melt fast, but it was just like a couple of seconds too long.
I thought that.
I don't know if he had to like shake it or...
that's what I was thinking. I was like, is it meant to be like the pie is that bad and like stone?
No, he's supposed to be like, because he was giving some bad news.
Told that, and the pie was just like...
Now, wait a minute. I want to know if Andrew picked up on this. So, this is that scene in the trailer where they're talking about Captain Rogers and who's going to take over the Avengers, and Icarus is like, "I will." But then there was no laughing in the movie. Like they just did a laugh in the thing. But Kingo. Like, I don't know if you missed this line. So Kingo says, "Hey man, that little Avenger when he was a kid used to follow me around all the time and everything, and I had to push him away." But did you remember that line?
Yeah, I didn't know what he was talking about. Though.
I think he was talking about Hawkeye, because Hawkeye was a carny kid. If you go back to the comics, Hawkeye was a carny kid hanging out in carnivals all the time and stuff like that. So I think he was talking about the fact that kid used to follow me around, but whatever.
Oh, that's so cute.
Who knows what happened to him? But it was such a throwaway Easter egg line that most people probably had missed it and stuff like that. But he did say, right, that an Avenger was following around this kid. So it's not going to be Captain America when he's skinny Captain America. It's not going to be Tony Stark. You know what I mean? But that's the thing that made sense to me, that it was Hawkeye and stuff. And, look out for Hawkeye coming out in 2 weeks or whatever it is.
Yeah, literally, that was...
Maybe he will mention, I used to follow this guy around, this Bollywood guy.
This Bollywood guy.
Imagine if he did that. I used to follow this Bollywood guy. But,
where do you think he modelled his hairstyle from?
Yeah.
Potentially.
Whoa,
oh my God,
there we go. Yo, man, he had those high collars and everything and stuff. So the gang's all together and everything, and they think that they have to stop the deviants. They think that they have to avenge Ajax and everything. But then we get another lost eternal in this battle, this next battle.
Oh, my heart broke.
You know, the thing about it in the comics, right? Gilgamesh is like Superman, right? But he was also known as the Forgotten One and everything. So he was supposed to be like in mythology, because he lived so long. He was like He was like Hercules. He was like Thor, and nobody could really tap down who he was. And that's why he was called the Forgotten One, because he was just like Samson. He was all the heroes of myth and everything. So, I mean, I love that, in this character that Don Lee played. But then I thought, why kill him, man?
I don't know. With the characters are definitely inspired by like the Greek mythology.
Yeah. Or they inspired Greek mythology, as Sprite would always tell stories.
I believe that originally we're going to have a character who was supposed to be the inspiration for Zeus.
Well, they did. Zeus was Athena's father.
The reason why he wasn't in the movie,
okay, go ahead,
was purely because Zeus is going to be in Thor.
Love and Thunder,
played by Russell Crowe.
Really? Yeah. Cool.
You didn't know that? Yeah.
No, I don't. Yeah. I don't look into Marvel news.
So I think that's why they're trying to separate Gilgamesh from people like Hercules, because Hercules is probably going to be showing up.
I would love Hercules to show up, please, man. I mean, I was a big fan of Kevin Sorbo and The Amazing Journeys. Yeah. You know what I mean? So he sacrifices himself, I think, for Athena, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And everything.
Because she's having a little meltdown by a tree and the thing's coming after her and she can't defend herself.
She's having a little meltdown by a tree.
She was. That's what it looked like. She was just like,
but that's also, but isn't that also where one of the deviants throws Cersei into the
pool, and she discovers,
and then she turns it into a tree.
Yeah, she turns. Did they explain why she all of a sudden had that power? They never did.
No, they didn't, because basically it seemed like it was like an evolution. Because remember when she was on a plane and she goes, "I could turn a rock into a wood. I could turn wood into a rock. I can, know, I could do all these little things." Yeah. Because I think she didn't really have confidence. They played her character like. Because now she's going to grow into this, powerful person. But
it's good that Marvel actually brought Gemma Chan back to actually do something.
Yes.
I was so annoyed with
Gemma
what they
Chan
did in Captain Marvel.
Was in Captain Marvel.
Was she? Oh.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. It was that small of a part. It was such a shame.
Weird thing is, the scene that she's in with Captain Marvel, that won, I think, MTV Best Fight of 2019 over Thanos versus Captain America.
No way.
No.
No way. MTV, be shamed. Be shamed of yourself.
Dirty dogs.
You couldn't think of what to give Captain Marvel, could you? And it's best fight. Shameless. So anyway, so now so let's push ahead, right? So we realize that they have to make a decision now to go up against Arishem, and Icarus has had enough, and he's like, I don't think that's the plan. And he has to reveal to us as the audience what he had did 6 days ago.
No.
And stuff. So how shocked were you that this was the big twist?
I was heartbroken. I was so sad. Because it was kind of like, because this whole time I kind of thought, oh my God, what's the main one called?
Cersei?
No. The original
Ajax.
Leader. Ajax, yeah. This whole time I was like, oh my God, that horrible woman. She knew this was going to happen. She's known all this time, every time it's happened, that this was going to happen.
Yeah.
And it was like, no, it redeemed her. She was like, no, I feel like these guys, like I've sent you all off into the world. You've all made yourselves like at home here. You have loved ones and stuff. Like, this is going to be the one where I say to the God, like, no, I'm not following. No, not this one. And he was the one to be like, no. No. Sorry, Mom. No. And yeah, it was just so sad, like when he chucked her off the cliff and literally threw her into a pit of wolves. And it was just so...
Dogzillas.
In
ice. Dogzillas on ice. It's like Disney on ice. It was like a little ice thing. You just threw her down into it.
Because like, that's how they... So basically the explanations like why there were still deviants left was that they were like frozen at the top of the thing. And then like obviously global warming.
He freed them.
Well, he froze them.
No, he freed them. And then because what they do is every time they kill an Eternal, they evolve.
Yeah.
So like he freed them, they killed Ajax, and then they were able to evolve to become smarter and stuff like that. So now he takes Ajax back.
Oh yeah, and we discover.
And he's upset. He is upset that what he did do. He had remorse. That's why he's like blasting his eye beams. But then he goes off and let everybody think that she's killed by a deviant, and the deviants are coming out all over the place, aren't they? Yeah, we got to do something, huh? And then when they decide that we got to go against Arishem, then he's like, that wasn't the plan.
He's like, whoa, hang on a minute. No, because that explains why he didn't seem that upset when she was dead, which is what I was.
He was upset. He blasted his eye beams.
No, I mean like. Prior to that, when he was like, "Oh my God, she's dead."
Right.
But yeah, and kind of like and then we discover at this point that the God has created them and the deviants. Yeah, because he created the deviants to get rid of like apex predators. Yeah, but then they became apex predators, which is explained in the beginning.
Exactly.
It's all full circle with these Marvel movies.
So then now they this was something that never happens in team up movies. Right?
There's a divide. Well, unless it's
there's a divide.
Unless it's the Suicide Squad.
No, no. Wait. No, what I'm trying to say is what usually happens in real life is that whenever you want to do something, there will always be that friend that sits on the fence. Do we know who those people are? Yes. There's always that friend that sits on the fence, but never in films. In films, it's like you either go for it or you don't go for it. But this was the first time I've seen a character, and you tell me if I'm wrong, Andrew. This first time I've seen a character just say, "Listen, man, I like Icarus. I think he's kind of got it going on, but I'm not going to join this fight, so I'm out of here." Kingo left. Yeah, he left the final fight because he sat on the fence. What do you think, Andrew?
I mean, there have been cases of that happen. I mean,
you seen that in a team up movie though? Seriously,
Civil War.
Oh shoot! Okay, who sat on the fence? Ooh,
Widow.
Did she though?
It takes place in the airport fight, and then after that, she's like, "I don't want any part of this. Bye."
All right.
I'll have to start my own movie.
Damn, I thought this was the first time that happened. I wonder if Kevin Feige said, "Yeah, maybe Kingo should sit on the fence." Happened in Civil War. But all right. So yeah, Kingo sits on the fence. So now they have to go and stop Tiamat, the Dreaming Celestial, from rising
from the Earth's core.
From the they have to stop the emergence, and so it's just a few of them versus Icarus, and Icarus is like, "Come on, guys.
You've forgotten that the brass joins his side as well because she loves him."
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, that's right. Kingo says, "I'm out," and then Spray says, "I'm going with you. Bye." Did you think that she won? So somebody speculated that she didn't really actually want to kill Cersei. She just wanted to slow her down. And that's why after she stabbed her, that she actually created all those different volcanoes.
Well, Chase, jealousy is the green-eyed monster that mocks the flesh it feeds on.
Never get in the way of a girl and her man, right?
Yeah.
There we go. That's just all that happened.
She was the Argo. But it was just kind of like you haven't mentioned the whole mind fusion. Or the power fusion.
I think there's a reason why, because it's stupid. But it is from the comics. It is from the comics.
And it was at this point I was like, oh my God, this is Marvel's Power Rangers. Because they're all in different coloured clothes. They're all merging together at the end. I was like, oh my God, it's just Power Rangers.
Sinead, it's more insane than that. What they would do is that they would have 100 Eternals fly up into the big giant brain that is the Unimind. Please,
no way.
You did not want to see that. That's no Power Ranger move. So for them to even just announce the Unimind, I was just like, okay.
The Unimind.
And then not only that, but they also had bracelets. And somebody said those bracelets were like the bracelets of Shang-Chi.
Oh.
The 10 rings and stuff like that.
That's true, because we don't know what happened to them at the end of the film.
Well, no, because we know that in Shang-Chi there's some mysterious, message from the universe and everything. So,
and he says I need them.
Yeah, I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. Hey, Marvel, it's all connected. So anyway, they're now doing the Unimind, and they're supporting. They're trying to support Cersei, but they have to also fight.
Well, that wasn't the
Icarus.
original plan, was it? They went there with the intention of Druid just putting it to sleep, and then obviously Icarus, and then Icarus was like,
and Icarus
chucked him into a mountain.
Yeah, I thought it was a volcano.
And then, oh my God, Speedy Girl, she was like, she was so badass. Speed Girl was so badass.
She was kicking his ass.
She was like, damn, which one of you is supposed to be like the powerful one? Because she is sleeping on her. You are sleeping on her.
Yeah. Well, that's what they do. They sleep on the deaf. Sleep on the deaf black girl. Yeah, there we go. But she was kicking his ass. But then finally, he had to come to his senses, and like, I can't kill the woman that I love.
Yeah. And
everything. So he let her continue freezing the rock to stone.
And then just does this.
And I love
peeking out the top of
No, listen, I love that because it's kind of like he's coming up, and then you just get his fingers and half of his head in the water. I love that final image of the Dreamer Celestial.
Doctor Who.
What? There's an episode where, for some reason, in Peter Capaldi's era, that reveals that the moon is actually a giant egg.
That is amazing. That is real. That's real life.
And something's inside of it, like a dragon egg. Whoa, yeah, and stuff and everything. But I mean, isn't that crazy? Inside the planet is like these celestials, and it's birthed in that celestial like an egg. That I thought that was really cool. But now, this was the complaint that people made. Like, so we got that final news report about the Dreamer Celestial, or about the hand, or whatever this formation is. And there was no Avengers to go, hey, should I go check that out?
It's like, wasn't there supposed to be like earthquakes that have been going on?
Yeah,
for a couple of days?
Earthquakes all over the world as well.
Exactly.
And no one did anything about it.
Earthquakes are kind of like, hey, it's an earthquake. Yeah, what could we do about it?
If you ever think back to Endgame, there's a little mention of it.
Oh.
They say there's earthquakes under the Atlantic Ocean, and everyone kept saying, "Oh, it's Namor or something like that."
Yeah, Namor.
But maybe it was this.
Now, that was also my disappointment, that with all the past stuff that they showed us, they should have shown at least or mentioned Atlantis.
I think there's too much going on in this film.
There was so much going on.
Come on, man. People kept saying this is going to be about the history of the Marvel Universe that we've never seen. I wanted to see that Phastos created the force field in Wakanda. I wanted to see Atlantis at least either being
that is such
dropped
a good
in the
point.
water or whatever and everything like that. Yeah, Phastos I think would have built the force field.
Yeah,
in
but
Wakanda.
then you had that little thing in 1945's Hiroshima, and he was like, my creation did this.
Exactly. I'm gonna cry.
I'm gonna go home and find a man, get a kid, and just be me. Live for myself.
I don't think
these humans deserve me.
They don't deserve me.
I think what they should have done is made this one a Disney Plus series. There's too
They
much.
definitely should have made
whole
it.
series.
They definitely should have made this a Disney Plus series. They definitely should have done that. Because I think we would have had more to absorb for 10 characters as we got up here on the screen.
Even if it was just a 3-parter or something like it.
No. Let's say 6 parts. They do 6 parts.
6?
And everything.
Okay.
Yeah. But then again, anyway, so. End of the movie. So like Sprite, she doesn't even apologize, but she just like, I just wanted to be a real boy. I want to be a real. Yeah, right. I want to be a real boy, girl.
Sprite is Pinocchio.
And then, so she's like, I still got powers. I'll make you, a
Flesh
real boy.
And bone.
Yeah, Pinocchio. I'll make you a real boy. And then she's sitting outside going, I can't believe I gotta go to school. Yes, you gotta go to school because you're still 12.
Well, there you go. The cost of what you want.
Exactly. Be careful what you wish for. But then, so she's going off with Kingo and Fatun, or I forgot the guy's name again.
Oh, you forgot that, what's his name? Homelander.
Icarus
flew himself into the sun, which is very poetic.
Very Icarus-like.
Very Icarus-like, yeah.
He just didn't fall back to Earth. Not yet. Probably in the second one.
I thought, is he sleeping in the sun or is he dead? I thought he killed himself.
I don't think he's dead. I think he's Icarus. He's not dead. And with all the fire beams coming out of his eyes, I think he's just I'm gonna chill like the Dreamer Celestial in the sun. Do you know what I mean? That's definitely a case. But so he's off in the sun. Sprite's off to school. King goes like, hey, yeah, we'll raise her. and everything, and then Cersei goes to meet up with Dane, and
I was in this movie too.
Yeah.
Oh my God, John.
Remember I'm in this movie? And then
like,
and then he says, so I want to tell you about me, right? So sometimes
it turns out there's something not quite right about my family.
Hold on. Something else has happened to me. I'm trying to say that she was dismissive of it. And then she goes on to the because he's just like, hey, can I tell you about me? No.
Right. That was very scary as well, can I just say, just having him looming over London. I was like, oh.
So Galactus will definitely work then.
That's what I'm thinking. You'll see him. Like, his head will be in the sky.
Yeah, Arishem is like our pre-Galactus moment. But like I was saying to you before, I couldn't see that she had two other people by her. So you agreed that it was Phastos and Kingo.
Yeah, the others who were on Earth, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Right. So what happened to taking Sprite to school then?
She's gonna have to have a few days off.
What happened to Phastos and his new family and everything? Because when he said, I'll reserve judgment for you later or whatever, he ships them off somewhere, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah? And everything. So Dane is just like, she's not coming back then, is she? I was in the middle of a story. Right?
It's a bad way of ending the movie though. So abrupt.
It was.
Yeah.
Because we went right to credits, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then
we get out to end credit sequences.
Wait,
go ahead.
There's one thing that we didn't actually mention, and that's the person who was sort of pitched as the main villain throughout most of the movie.
Oh yeah,
played by the masterful Bill Skarsgård, by the way. Oh. Also voiced by Dan Stevens from Legion. That was a big. And it was in the trailer, so it was a big thing of like, this is the villain, because the Deviants, after they killed Gilgamesh, they evolved. Smart. And so as he's got... Now, reason why they had that sequence also with him and Athena is that in the comics, they were lovers.
What, the Deviant and her?
The Deviant named Crow. Right, yeah. The deviant named Crow was also a part of the Eternals and everything, because the Eternals, they had human like deviants in there, but they were lovers. And so like, because we saw that sequence, we thought that, he's going to be the bad guy and she's going to be conflicted, and maybe with her mad weary or something like that, he might have turned her mad or whatever and all that. But then she just splits him apart,
turns him into sushi.
Yeah, she just sushi. She sushifies him real quick.
Literally.
Yeah, so that was a waste. I know, that's why I passed it over. But either way you look at it, is end credit sequence.
Why?
Why?
Why is Harry Styles in the Marvel universe?
Because
he doesn't need to be there.
Wait. He's in here because he is Eros, the god of love.
And they couldn't pick anybody else.
No.
Anybody else. Leo DiCaprio.
Well,
Brad Pitt.
Okay.
Anybody else.
All right.
But Harry Styles.
Come on. Why? You trying to say Harry Styles is not the god of love?
One of the fucking boys from BCS. Not Harry Styles.
Are you not a fan of One Direction?
No.
Okay, maybe
they ruined my life.
They ruined your life. I thought it looked good. I just thought that the costume was too dirty. What about you, Andrew?
I quite like the costume, man.
No, it's very the costume. If you look at it in the still, it's very specific without the fox on it on the chest. Pink. But it was too dirty though. No, it should not been pink.
Yes, it should.
No, it was yellow and white.
It should have
with
been
red.
Pink. It should have been, the pink should have been red. I mean, the red should have been pink.
Why?
Because it's Harry Styles. You just give him what he's there for. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean.
I think with the casting, I'm conflicted on, because I thought he was all right in Dunkirk, but I wouldn't have put him forward as this character. And
Star Fox. First of all, Star Fox.
Is that the name of the hero?
That's his name.
Star Fox.
Brother.
Thanos' brother, Star Fox.
How did Thanos come out looking like a raisin, and
because
he came out?
Deviant. Oh. Their mom was kind of weird, but no.
They're half brothers.
The real question is, with him going forwards, how far are they going to go with him? Because I don't think
Harry
Disney
Styles.
will let them do it.
Would you mean let them do what? Make him the charmer?
Star Fox in the comics, the same way all the Eternals have their own specific powers, Star Fox is able to manipulate people's emotions.
Make them fall in love.
To the point where in the comics he has been put on trial for basically assault.
Really?
Ew.
He didn't assault She-Hulk, though.
I mean, it's
He
very
didn't assault
fizzy.
She-Hulk, though. She assaulted him.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. He would, yeah. Well, it would be like, do you love me or did I make you love me? It's that kind of character.
It's like, Loki, am I in love with myself or are you not actually Loki?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I wish I had female parts. Anyway, so that's Star Fox. But then Pip the Troll, played by Patton Oswalt.
Pip the Troll.
A lot of people complain about the CGI, but I like the character.
To be fair, like, that did look bad in
did.
comparison to everything else. I felt like they rushed that end bit, maybe.
Yeah.
I didn't put as much effort into it.
He was also in that TV show Happy, wasn't he, or Chappie or whatever it was,
Why don't they just get Danny
where he
DeVito
played
to-
like a cartoon character kind of thing in real live action and stuff. So Patton Oswalt is the go-to guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think he plays like about 3 or 5 different characters in the MCU already. You know, but Pip the Troll was part of Adam Warlock's Infinity Watch team along with Gamora. So with Adam Warlock coming in Guardians of the Galaxy 3,
Yeah.
right, there's a good chance there might be a chance of a crossover. So they're introducing Pip now, which
Yeah.
I think is a good idea, you know, so that way he can appear in maybe Guardians 3 or, well, they're not going to be Guardians 4, so.
Oh, well, there.
Well, they have said they're going to change up the roster for Guardians, haven't they?
You know what? I will hope they do that. You know what I mean? Because there's so many, especially there's a bunch of cosmic guardians as well. But so he says, when he said we're gonna go get your friends, at first I thought he meant we're gonna go get the Guardians of the Galaxy or the Asgardians of the Galaxy. But no, he's
The
gonna go.
Asgardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, exactly.
Love that.
Yeah, but then so obviously they're pitching for 2. So then comes the second sequence.
What is going on?
Which
Tell me who it is.
would you try to keep this from Sinead so that way she would be shot for you,
Go on,
which
then.
you already know. So the Black Blade, you know it's the
Yes.
Black Blade and everything like that. And
What's
so,
that from?
No,
it's
he's the
just
Black
a black-
Knight. No, the character is called the Black Knight.
I thought it was going to be Moonlight.
No. Moon
That's
Knight is
who I thought
Oscar
it was.
Isaac.
Yeah.
So he's going to be the Black Knight who, in the Avengers comic of the 2000s, he was teamed up with Cersei and they both were Avengers.
Oh, right. Okay.
And everything like that.
Because they're
you
trying
know.
to make a new Avengers, aren't they?
Exactly.
Right,
But the voice that comes out of nowhere
You think
belongs
you're ready for that, Mr.
to
Whitman?
Who?
Mahershala Ali as Blade.
Blade! Like Vampire Blade!
Vampire Blade.
That's
Vampire
so cool!
Blade. So
Vampire Blade! Is that why they were showing the Blade movies, like the old ones, in
Well,
the
no.
cinemas? Oh my god!
so hopefully this leads to the next dark team of the Marvel Universe, which they've been
The
trying
Dark
to do forever.
Avengers.
Nope.
No.
The Midnight Suns. Right? So
Who's in that?
Ghost Rider.
Ooh!
Werewolf
Oh my
by-
god! Imagine if it's Nicolas Cage again. Please.
No, it will not be.
please,
No, it will
please.
not. No,
If you can
it
have
will,
Harry
no,
Styles,
it will not be.
you can have
No,
Nicolas Cage.
No, it will not
Come
be.
on.
No, please,
Yeah,
no.
Please, Marvel,
And-
Marvel,
and
don't
no.
listen to Chase. Please.
No.
Ghost Rider is one of his
and-
favourite characters, if you want to know.
I love Ghost Rider.
and Werewolf by Night, which you'll get the sexy Jack Russell without a shirt.
Yeah.
Whoever's playing that, right? And Moon Knight, who you already just mentioned.
I do like Moonlight.
And
He's
stuff
very
like
cool.
that. And hopefully for female representation, we'll get Elsa Bloodstone.
And who's that?
Well, she's supposed to be like a vampire huntress and everything, but she has a
It's like
bloodstone.
female Blade.
Yeah, pretty much a female blade.
Okay.
So,
it seems like what they're going to be doing is setting up maybe like a Dracula-focused story.
which
'Cause
will be
with-
played by, what's his name?
Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke.
What about Morbius from Spider-Man?
So,
Is he gonna be in
Morbius,
it?
yes.
It's part of
Morbius.
Sony, so no.
No!
No, hold on. But Morbius is also rumored to be in the MCU just like Venom. So,
Like Venom.
and
ruin
Morbius
it.
and
Blah, blah,
Blade
blah,
are
blah.
tied together. Like in the last Blade movie, Morbius appeared in a leaked scene at the end of that in the end credit sequence. So,
Yeah.
who knows? The Midnight Suns are just our, what did they call it originally? Wasn't it like Journey into Fear and stuff like that? Where they were going to create a whole dark Marvel universe and everything that we're going to have all these characters. So, now what it is, because they've announced that, because Chloe Zhao confirmed it, we're hoping that when Blade does come out, that they will announce that Black Knight will be in Blade.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Because they haven't guaranteed Eternals 2, right?
Yeah.
Then we still might get a chance to get Kit Harington showing up in Blade.
Oh my God,
and
that's
everything.
so cool.
That would be great. That would be fantastic.
Blade.
And that's Eternals and everything. I mean, I couldn't even recast this movie, even though I said that I would, because
Get
there's so
rid
many
of Harry
of them.
Styles.
Okay.
Just
all
that.
right. Then let's do that. Right? Recast.
Anybody but Harry Styles.
So you can only pick one.
It could have been a girl. Make a girl the goddess.
Come on, with all the gender blending they do, we don't need a girl Cupid.
Blending.
Come on, pick one of your favorites for Cupid. Recast.
Who was that guy that I was thinking about the last time?
I don't know.
What did we do last week?
Dune. Not Timothy Chalamet.
No.
Not Timothy Chalamet.
Nah, maybe not.
There's no way.
But not Harry Styles. My God. Even one of the other directors. But not him.
Okay, hold on. I got it.
Who?
Justin Timberlake.
Yes.
I didn't think you would go for it. But
oh my God, that makes sense because he's bringing sexy back. That makes so much more sense than Harry Styles with his watermelons and his sugar, and it tastes like strawberries.
I love that song. It's on my Spotify list. So all right. No. So hey, listen. You know what? You ended the show on a great one. So I mean, like
our 30th episode, so we're sort of amazed that we've managed to get as far as we have.
30 episodes.
You know what? First of all, let's thank the audience and Sinead's mom.
Thank you, Sinead's mom. You're the only one that
Sinead's
shares the video.
Yes, she is. We love doing this show and we love talking. And if we did clips, go watch the movie.
Watch the movie and then come here.
Watch the movie.
Participate in the comments below. That's why we're here. We want to hear what you want to hear. We might do an episode where we just pick your comments and talk about them.
But you know what? I know what I think it is. It's when we started the show, we're not used to doing recent films. We like to do old films. So what I would just encourage you to do is watch the next episode because Back to the Future I think was really funny.
Oh
so
my God, yes.
And we like to thank Andrew for all of the artwork and everything that he's done on that
and the editing
and everything. This is our 30th episode. So we want to thank you guys for getting us here. We want to also hope that you guys keep pushing us over the 1K mark because that's all good.
Oh, please. If we could get to 300 by Christmas, that would be just splendid.
What are you going to do if we get to 300 by Christmas?
I will stream from a paddling pool wearing nothing but a block of cheese.
And go on.
And go.
300!